Hello everyone. Hi, welcome. We're going to start the class in just a few minutes, so if you want to get comfortable on your mats, if you have a blanket or a pillow or a block that you can sit up on, that would be great too. If not, that's fine. I'm Christine. I am a yoga teacher with Roots to Rise. I've been teaching with the organization for 4 months, I suppose, since November. And I teach normally at Historic St. George on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. That's in Old City around 4th and Arch Street. And I teach a meditation class on Tuesdays at 2:30 at the Lutheran Settlement House in Fishtown, right off of Frankfurt Ave. So after all of this quarantining is done, if you want to come visit me in person and support Roots to Rise, that would be awesome. For those of you new to Roots to Rise, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are offering mindfulness and yoga classes throughout the Philadelphia area and beyond. We have a few classes in Jersey right now too. But yeah, we're making yoga and mindfulness accessible and affordable for all. So welcome to our online classes. We launched them, I think yesterday, maybe Sarah's class. Yesterday was our first online class. This is my ever first online class, so please be kind. But anyway, today we are going to liberate ourselves. We're all locked down in our houses, I would assume most of us. So we're gonna liberate ourselves through the breath and through movement. We're just gonna expand using the breath and using our bodies, taking up the space that we need at this time. And, we're gonna do it together here online. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I will answer any questions at the end of our practice. Just gonna give it another couple of minutes to let people join us and we'll get started. Just gonna check for questions now. Oh, cool. Welcome everyone, hi. Thanks for being here. My cat really loves yoga. She likes to be around when we practice, so do not be surprised if you see her. Her name is Chicken, and she's a tortoiseshell. She's under the camera right now. You can't see her, but I can see her. Please let me know if we need adjustment on the sound or video quality as well. Everything should be okay, but, tell me how it is on your end. All right, we'll begin in about 30 seconds. Again, if you're just joining us, and if you haven't already, go ahead and take a comfortable seat in the center of your mat. You can support yourself up on a block, a blanket, a pillow. Either way, just lifting or elevating your hips just slightly above your folded knees. Sitting up straight and tall. You can soften your gaze, choose a spot on the floor to gaze into, or close your eyes. Turn inward. Hi, Chicken. Just begin to notice your breath. Notice where it is in this moment. Maybe begin to drink a little more breath in, creating length in the beginning of your inhales, expanding your belly, lifting your heart, creating space in your inner world. Softly, slowly pouring the breath out with the exhalation, rooting your sits bones down into the ground beneath you, softening your shoulders, releasing your jaw. If it's part of your practice, maybe begin practicing oceanic breath or Ujjayi breath. Allowing every inhalation to return your awareness to your center. Filling yourself up, belly button up through your heart, out, up through your collarbones, opening them wide, reaching your heart forward. On the exhale, softening, settling. Three more breaths here. Sending your breath on all sides, front to back, breathing into the back of your heart, expanding around the spine, side to side. On your next inhalation, bring your hands together in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. A form of sincere self-reverence for where you are today. Liberation is a state of mind. Freedom is a state of mind. Reminder that you can always return to your center, your source of strength, following the breath in and out. We'll begin our practice here together today in the form of one Om. Everyone release all of the air out. Take a deep breath in. Bowing your head to your heart, never further than your breath. Release your hands, softly blink open your eyes. We'll stay seated as we begin our practice. Take your hands out high on fingertips on either side of your body. We'll begin linking breath and movement. Inhale the fingertips overhead, reaching up tall, creating length in your side body from your hips out, up through your fingertips, just reaching up tall, lifting those ribs away from the hips. Exhale softly, settling your fingertips back down toward the earth. Following the length of your own breath, inhale, reaching the fingertips up and overhead, filling yourself up. Exhale, softening, settling, rooting back down into your seat. Fingertips find the floor. Two more times. Inhale the fingertips overhead. Drink the breath in. Exhale. Pouring the breath out. Fingertips find the earth once more. Last time, fingertips overhead, reaching high to the sky. Heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale. Arms down by your sides. Inhale the fingertips overhead. Exhale, twist your heart open toward the left side, taking either hand in front and behind. Inhale to fill in the back of your heart, the back of your spine, sending the breath into your back. Exhale, twisting from your center, your heart open toward the left side of the room. Just breathing here. Every inhalation, reach up a little taller, out through the crown of your head, up toward the sky. And every exhale, twisting just a little bit deeper, your heart open toward the left side of the room. If you'd like a little more, maybe turning your gaze over your left shoulder. One more breath here. Inhale to sit up tall. Exhale to twist. Inhale, fingertips overhead, coming back through center. Creating length. Exhale, twisting your heart open toward the right side of the room. Collarbones wide, crown of the head lifts. Maybe your left hand finds right knee out in front of you, pressing hand into knee and knee into hand, using it as leverage. Inhale, fill in that back body. Exhale, twisting the heart open toward the right side of the room. If you did so before, gazing over your right shoulder. One more breath here. Inhale, reach the fingertips up and overhead. Spine is long. Exhale, hands down through your heart, down through center. Pausing here for a moment. Closing your eyes, turning in towards your breath. Release your hands, place them on your knees. We're going to start with a soft seated cat-cow. So on our inhalation, we're going to roll our shoulders up to our ears. Exhale, roll them flat onto the back. Inhale, sit up tall, a little tuck of the chin. Feel the length that creates in the back of your spine, or the neck, back of your neck. Words are hard sometimes. Inhale, open, peel your heart open toward the front of the room. Gaze lifts toward the sky. Exhale, turn in, rounding the spine. Gaze turns in toward your center, toward your heart. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, collarbones wide, heart reaches forward. Exhale, rounding in. Pushing the breath out. Inhale, heart lifts. Drink the breath in. Exhale, turning into your center. 3 more times following your own breath. Inhale, heart reaches forward, head rests back. Exhale, pushing the breath out, turning inward, rounding the spine. 2 more cycles. One more time, drink the breath in. Fill yourself up, create the space you need. Exhale, turning in. Rounding. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Plant your hands on your mat. We'll meet in a tabletop position at the center of our mats. Hands directly under shoulders. Fingers spread wide. Index fingers are either pointing straight ahead or even slightly turned out. Think like 11 and 1 on a clock. Knees are directly under hips. Spine is long. Inhale, reach the heart forward, sits bones lift, crown of the head lifts for cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine, turning inward for cat. Inhale for cow. Heart reaches forward, gaze lifts, sits bones lifts, belly softens toward the mat. Exhale, rounding the spine, pushing the ground away, turning into your center. A few more times, follow your own breath. Inhale, heart reaches forward, collarbones are wide. Exhale, pushing the ground away, turning into your center. Just a few more times following your own breath. Feel free to pause in cat or cow, taking any organic movements that feels good to you right now, maybe rocking your hips side to side. I've noticed with all of this quarantining and maybe sitting on our couch, not calling myself out at all, but I've been noticing tightness in my lower back, like the side oblique area or love handle area, really. And I find that rounding into cat and doing a little wiggle really opens that up. Maybe that'll work for you too. One more cycle. Inhale, collarbones wide, gaze lifts. Exhale, rounding the spine. On your next inhale, come back to a neutral tabletop position. Walk your knees back just a couple inches behind your hips, so you're in what is known as a long table. Shoulders are directly over wrist, back toes are tucked. Inhale, fill in all that space in the back of your heart, behind your heart. It's as if you're pushing the ground away and breathing into that back body. A little tuck of the chin, again, lengthening the back of the neck. Gazing forward just above your mat. Bend the elbows back, send the heart forward for chaturanga. Inhale, push the ground away, come back to your long table. Exhale, send your sits bones towards your heels for a modified child's pose. Inhale, the breath carries you forward back to your long table, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, bend the elbows back, heart lowers down toward the earth. Inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, sits bones towards your heels. Inhale, carries you forward, shoulders over wrists, long table. Exhale, elbows back, heart reaches forward. Inhale, back to your long table. Exhale, sits bones towards your heels. Child's pose. Two more times following your own breath. Inhale, floats you forward. Exhale, elbows back. Inhale, long table. Exhale, sits bones towards your heels. One more time. The inhale carries you forward. Exhale, bend the elbows back. Inhale, long table. Exhale, sits bones towards your heels for child's pose. Resting here for one cycle of breath. Inhale, breathing into the center of your body, expanding on all sides. Exhale, softening your sits bones towards your heels. Inhale carries you forward back to your long table. Toes are tucked. My cat is so distracting. It doesn't need to. Anyway, back toes tucked. Lift your knees off of the mat. Push the ground away as if you're sliding your mat forward. Send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Now just getting into the pose, maybe straightening one leg, bending the other, just pedaling it out here side to side. For many of us, this might be our first downward dog of the day. So just opening up the backs of the legs. Again, hands are outer shoulder width distance apart, so pinkies might be close to the edge or even off the edge of your mat. Index fingers are directly pointing forward or even slightly turned out, really rooting down your weight on the inner edges of your hands, your index finger mound and your thumb mound. Push the ground away to send your hips high to the sky. Inhale your right leg high for three-legged dog. Pausing here for a moment, flex that back foot so your toes are pointing down toward the earth. Gazing forward between your hands, exhale, step it through between your hands. Lower that back knee down to the earth. Outfit adjustment. So go ahead and walk your hands up to the top of your right thigh. Front knee is directly over front ankle. Back knee is slightly behind back or left hip. Bring your hands to your hips and just notice where you are in your body. Notice your balance. Maybe you need to walk that front foot out a little wider. Take up the space that you need. Create a firm foundation. On your next inhale, reach your fingertips up and overhead. Again, using the breath, creating length from hips out, up, through fingertips. On the exhale, bend a little deeper into that front knee. Breathing here. Now, if you're comfortable here and you want to stay here, totally do that. If you'd like a little more, you can reach back with that left hand, back, bend that left knee, catching your ankle or foot for a quad stretch. Right fingertips are still reaching up high to the sky. Again, we're creating length, breathing up from our hips, up, out, through our armpits, through our fingertips. Now, if you're taking the quad stretch, send your hips back toward your heel. Instead of trying to yank your heel toward your hips, send your hips back. And bend a little deeper in that front knee and notice how that changes the stretch. One more breath here. Inhale, reaching up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, bend deep in that front knee. On your next inhale, release your foot if you have it. Exhale, both hands inside your front foot. Oh, you know what? I'm going to change sides for camera purposes. I might do that multiple times, so just ignore me. Stay where you are. Both hands on the inside of that front foot. Take your left hand out wide. So maybe even slightly off your mat, much wider than your shoulder. Spin that elbow pit toward the front of the room and feel that plug your arm bone into its socket. Bring your right hand to the top of your right thigh. Again, we're going to initiate with the breath and fill ourselves up. So inhale, fill into that back body. Reach out through the crown of your head. Exhale, twist your heart open toward your bent knee. Inhale, reach your fingertips, right fingertips toward the sky. Again, feeling length from wrist to wrist. Exhale, twisting just a little bit deeper. Maybe that left side of your heart comes to find that right inner thigh. One more cycle of breath here. On your next exhale, unwind. Plant your hands on either side of your front foot. Step your foot back to your long table. Swing your left foot to the front of your mat. Walk your hands up to the top of your left thigh. Again, just checking your stance. Take your left foot wide on your mat. Keep your knee in line with your ankle. Back knee is behind back or right hip. Also, if you'd like to sit on or place your knee on a blanket, or you can fold your mat over if you're experiencing any pain here, just to double the thickness of your mat. On your next inhale, reach your fingertips overhead. Exhale, bend deep in that front knee. Heart reaches forward, gaze lifts. If you did so the first time, you can reach back with that right hand, bending right knee, reaching back hand finds ankle or foot, reaching up and out through those left fingertips, creating length in the side body once more. Exhale, bend deep in that front knee. For those of you taking the quad stretch here, right hand on right foot, send your hips back toward your heel, and then bend a little deeper in that front knee. When we expand with the breath, we don't want to just throw ourselves forward and open up our container. This is our source of strength and stability here, this torso of ours. So when we breathe in and create all this space and fill ourselves up, we're able to expand out. And then with our exhalation, we turn inward. We bring the ribs in and back, the hips back, the belly button back, and create this strong center. One more breath here. On your next inhale, plant both hands inside of your front foot. Oh, changing sides once more. Both hands inside of your front foot. Walk your left hand to the top of your left thigh. Walk your right hand out wide off of your mat. Turn your elbow crease out toward the front of the room and feel your arm bone plug into the socket. Inhale, fill yourself up with breath. Exhale, twist from your center, your source of strength. Your heart open toward your bended knee. On your next inhale, take your left fingertips high to the sky. Inhale to reach out through those fingertips. Exhale, twist. Your heart open. Imagine taking that right side of the heart high to the sky. Breathe. On your next inhale, unwind. Plant your hands on your mat, either side of your foot. Step your left foot back. Lift your knees, lift your hips. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Again, just pedaling it out here for a moment. Noticing any new space we've created. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Again, toes are turned down toward the earth. Gazing forward, exhale, step it through between your hands. This time, keeping your back thigh high to the sky. Back toes are tucked and back heel, left heel is high as well. Come up high on that ball mound of the foot. Front knee is directly over front ankle. We're high on fingertips. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, bending deep in that front knee. Hugging those feet toward each other like we could scrunch up the mat beneath us. Feel all that energy run up your legs into your center. On your next inhale, reach your fingertips overhead. Exhale, bend a little deeper in that front knee. Breathing here, inhale, reaching up and out. Exhale, rooting down into the earth. If you're comfortable here, awesome. If not, at any point, feel free to drop that back knee, returning once more to the low lunge. Whatever feels good to you in this moment. This is about your personal liberation today. Again, inhale, lifting those ribs away from the hips. Reaching out through the fingertips. Exhale, bend deep. One more cycle of breath. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. Step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high to the sky. Gazing forward between your hands. Step it through on the exhale. Coming up high on fingertips or blocks if you have them. That right heel is high to the sky. We're up on the ball mound of our right foot. Again, hug those feet toward each other, like you're dragging that left foot back and that right foot forward. And feel all that energy run up your legs into the core. Inhale, fill yourself up with breath. Exhale, push the ground away. Coming up. Inhale your fingertips overhead. Exhale, bend deep in that front knee. Inhale, reaching up and out. Maybe even the heart reaches toward the sky. Exhale, bend deep. One more cycle of breath here. On your next exhale, plant your hands on either side of your front foot. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Again, pedaling it out here. Finding stillness in your dog. Take a deep breath in. Fill yourself up, front to back, side to side. Exhale, side out. Inhale, roll forward to a plank position, shoulders over wrists. And now just noticing your stance here. Notice if your shoulders come forward of your wrists, then walk your feet back just a few inches. Either way, hug those hands toward each other isometrically. By that I mean without movement, like you were going to scrunch up the center of your mat. Hug those arms tight toward each other. Feel that energy run up your arms into your heart. Gazing forward, finding a spot on the floor to stare. One more cycle of breath here. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Spine is long, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold. bend in your knees to start. Inhale, half lift once more. Exhale, fold over those front thighs. Shoulders are heavy, head is heavy. Breathing here. Inhale, reach your fingertips up and overhead for standing tall mountain. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back to plank pose once more. Now, either staying here with the knees high in plank pose or option to lower the knees. Either way, we are gazing forward up in front of our mat. Inhale, hug those arms toward each other. Fill in the back body with breath. Exhale, bend the elbows back. Heart reaches forward, chaturanga. Lower all the way down. Inhale, lifting the crown of the head, opening the collarbones wide. The heart reaches forward for cobra. Back toes are untucked, hugging those heels toward each other. Drink the breath in. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the back toes. Hug the knees forward. Push up to table and downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high to the sky. Gazing forward between your hands. Exhale, step it through. Spin your back toes down toward the earth. Bring your right elbow to the top of your right knee. And just checking in with your foundation here. Front foot is facing directly forward. Front knee is directly over front ankle. Front heel, right heel, is in line with the back arch or the left arch. And turn those back toes in just slightly. So toes are on an angle, pointing slightly forward. Again, inhale, hug those feet toward each other. Again, like you're trying to scrunch up that mat on the floor beneath you. Feel that energy run up your legs into your center. Fill yourself up with breath. Exhale, twist your heart open toward the left side of the room. Now that right shoulder is going to want to roll forward, so take it up and back. And pushing right elbow into right knee, widen that right knee toward the pinky toe side of your foot. Bend a little deeper in that front knee. Inhale, reach your fingertips out directly in front of you. Reach, reach, reach out long. Exhale, plug your arm into its socket. Inhale, fingertips overhead. Extended side angle. Inhale, feel one long line of energy from left heel out through left fingertips. Reaching out long. Exhale, twist your heart open toward the sky, pushing that right elbow into right knee and knee into elbow. Staying here for one more cycle of breath. On your next inhale, flip your left palm, changing nothing in your lower body. Bring wrists over ankles for warrior two, gazing over those right fingertips. Inhale, breathing up from your hips, up through your abdomen, through your armpits, reaching out through your fingertips. Drink the breath in. Exhale, bend a little deeper in that front knee. Now, a lot of us tend to reach forward, always on to the next thing. So go ahead and reach out of your back fingertips. straightening or squaring your rib cage directly over your hips. And then we're going to come out of this pose just a little bit too when we reach back. Inhale, fill yourself up. Exhale, bend deep in that front knee. One more breath here. Flip your front palm toward the sky. Reach the right fingertips up and overhead, reversing your warrior. Inhale, fingertips back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Again, inhale, breathing up, spine is long, reaching out of the crown of our heads. Exhale, right hand or right fingertips come to find the earth. If you have a block or a blanket even, you want to fold to bring the earth a little bit closer. Either way, hug those feet toward each other. Inhale, draw the energy up from the earth through your legs into your center. Exhale, twist your heart open toward the sky for triangle pose. On your next inhale, reach your fingertips overhead. Feel the length and space we're creating in that left side body. Again, one long line of energy reaching from your left heel out through your left fingertips. Reminder that bottom shoulder, again, is going to want to roll forward, so take it up and back. Inhale, unwind, planting your hands on either side of your front foot, spinning your back toes up, step back for downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high to the sky for three-legged dog. Gazing forward, exhale, step it through between your hands. Spin your back toes down toward the earth, or your back heel down onto the earth. Bring your left elbow to the top of your left thigh. Again, checking your stance, your foundation here. Front foot is directly in line with back arch. Back toes are slightly turned in. Bend deep in that front knee. Widen that front knee open toward the pinky toe side of your foot. Left elbow finds the top of left thigh or the inner edge of the left thigh. Rolling that left shoulder up and back. Right fingertips right fingertips reaching out in front of you. Reach out long. Plug the arm bone into its socket. Sweep the fingertips overhead. Extended side angle, side two. Again, inhale, reaching out long, opening up that right side body. Again, creating space for yourself. Exhale, pushing that elbow into knee and knee into elbow. Twist your heart open toward the sky. Bend a little deeper in that front knee. One more cycle of breath here. Changing nothing in your lower body. Windmill your arms overhead. Ankles or wrists over ankles for warrior two. Gazing over those left fingertips. Bend deep in that front knee. Again, that front knee is going to want to fall in toward your center, so open it up wide toward the pinky toe side of your foot. Again, we always want to reach forward, so reach back out of those right fingertips, bringing your ribs directly over your hips. One more cycle of breath here. Hug those feet toward each other. Draw energy up into your center. Exhale, reaching out of those fingertips. Bend deep in that front knee. Flipping the front palm toward the sky. Sweep the fingertips overhead. Reversing your warrior. Inhale, unwind, warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Keep a slight bend in that front knee. Don't just like lock it out. Tiny, tiny micro bend. Again, inhale, hugging those legs toward each other. Draw energy up from the earth into your center, your source of strength. Exhale, reaching out of those fingertips, hinging at the hips. Left fingertips find the earth for triangle pose. Again, even in triangle pose, our bottom shoulder is going to want to fall forward or roll forward. So take that left shoulder up and back. Inhale to reach out of those fingertips. Exhale to twist your heart open. So good. On your next inhale, reach those right fingertips overhead. Again, opening up that right side body. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling this in my outer right hip. I love triangle pose. On your next inhale, unwind, bend into that front knee. Spin your back heel high. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Again, just pedaling it out here for a moment, noticing all the new space we created. Inhale carries you forward to a plank, shoulders over wrists. Gazing forward, exhale, bend the elbows back, lower all the way down. Chaturanga. Untuck the toes, push them into the earth, sweep those heels toward each other, feel your legs charging up. Inhale, lifting your heart, your head, collarbones wide for cobra or up dog, depending on your practice. Staying here for one more cycle of breath. On your next exhale, lower all the way down. Tuck your back toes, hug your knees in toward your chest. Push back up through table. Lifting your knees and your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, take your right knee to outer right elbow. Drop your shin and your foot in front of you. Actually, maybe I'll go this direction. Will make more sense so you can see what's happening. For pigeon prep, for those of you aware, so our front knee comes wider than our right hip. Front foot is flexed super strong. We're really going to push that pinky toe edge of our foot into the ground to lift our hips away from the earth. Back toes are tucked. Go ahead and peek over your left shoulder to see that your hip, knee, and ankle are all in one straight line. Adjust as needed. Bring your hands in front of your front shin. Again, push the ground away. Inhale, filling in the back body. Exhale, maybe taking a tiny baby step back with that back knee. This is already a huge opening in our outer right hip. Just breathing here. If you'd like something a little more introspective, go ahead and bend your elbows and place your forearms on the earth. If you'd like to take another quad stretch variation, then go ahead and come back up, bend that left leg, reach back left hand for left ankle to take the quad stretch. Right hand can come to the top of right thigh to a block out on either side. Either way, whether you are folded forward or reaching back for the quad stretch, hug that front knee back and that back knee forward, like you're scissoring or using your legs as scissors. Hugging into ourselves, our center, our source of strength. That is our liberation. One more cycle of breath here. Walk your hands back up, replacing your elbows. Lift your back knee, lift your front knee, step it back. Plank pose. Just passing through, push your hips up and back, pushing the ground down and away, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to outer left wrist, planting your shin on the earth in front of you. Does not matter the angle, whether your shin is straight or angled in toward your body. What's important though is to flex this front foot, flex it strong, root down the pinky toe side of your foot into the earth. Your left knee is wider than left hip. Again, go ahead and peek over your right shoulder, checking that your right hip, knee, and ankle are all in one straight line. The back toes are tucked. Hugging that back knee forward. And hey, we kind of lost everyone. Our live went over an hour. My bad with time management. But we're back on another live, so if you want to join in again for a cool down, that's where we're headed anyway. Hello everyone, welcome back. So sorry. Oh my gosh, hi. All right, so we were in pigeon prep on our left side. We're just gonna work our way back there. Again, if you did so the first time, you wanna bend that right knee and reach back right hand for right ankle and take the quad stretch. Again, hugging that front knee back and that back knee forward, hugging into your center. Inhale, reaching up out of the crown of the head. Exhale, send those hips back toward the heel. Or if you want something slightly more introspective, go ahead and bend your elbows, place them on the ground in front of you for a forward fold pigeon. Inhale to breathe into that back body. Exhale to soften your heart toward the earth. We'll stay here for one more cycle of breath. On your next inhale, plant your hands on the earth in front of you. Lift that back knee. Lift that front knee. Step back for a moment in plank pose. Shoulders over wrists. Hips are high. Hug those hands toward each other. One more cycle of breath. Exhale, send the sits bones high to the sky, downward facing dog. Push the ground down and away. Lower your knees, bring your toes to touch. Take your knees wide, sit back with your sits bones. We'll meet in child's pose. Just breathing here, resting your forehead on the mat. Returning to your breath. On your next inhale, come forward to a tabletop position. Lower your hips off to one side, finding the earth. Come to sit. We'll meet lying on our backs in the center of our mats. Heels are directly behind your sits bones. You can even reach your fingertips down to touch. If you can touch them, they are close enough. That is good. Feet are parallel, so toes are pointing directly forward, like a number 11. My friend Ashley says that in her kids' yoga class, like a number 11. Bring your elbows planted on the earth on either side of your body, your palms facing each other and fingertips toward the sky. Take a deep breath in, fill yourself up. Exhale softly, pour the breath out. Now, some of us here tend to arch our backs in this pose. See my fingertips wiggling over there? We tend to arch our backs like this. So what I want you to do is close those ribs, bring the hips in towards your belly button, almost as if you're doing a crunch, really. Like you're heading in towards your center. So you're flattening that lower back onto the mat. So your spine is straight with the floor. Resetting your elbows, fingertips reaching toward the sky, rooting down through your heels. Push the ground away to lift your hips toward the sky for bridge pose. Hug those knees toward each other. Sweep those heels in toward the center of the mat. Push the ground away with the elbows. Heart reaches up toward the sky. Maybe even the back of your head takes a tiny step forward. Just breathing here. Again, tuck that pelvis under, closing your source of strength, your center, or hugging into it, not closing it. Breathing. Push the ground away through those heels. Send those hips high. One more cycle of breath here. Exhale, lower the hips down toward the earth. Take the feet wide on the mat. Let your knees knock in toward the center. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And just let your knees fall side to side. Send them off to the right, off to the left, like windshield wipers on a car. Just rocking side to side. It's like a little lower back massage. Releases all this sacrum tension, this lower back tension that we get. Sciatica. This is good for sciatica. Just rocking side to side. Next time your knees fall off to the right, allow them to stay there, falling, melting all the way toward the earth. Take your arms out wide like a cactus shape or a goalpost shape. And really root that left shoulder down toward the earth. Feel that opening from the left quad up through the left hip and side body, through to the left armpit. Just that opening, twisting slightly from our center. Inhale to drink the breath in, expand the belly. Exhale, twisting. Maybe you want to take that right foot and place it on top of the left knee. See how that changes the stretch, opening up that left side body. Again, a little tuck of the chin inward, like a double chin situation. Feeling that length in the back of the neck. On your next inhale, come back through center, knees come back up, planting your feet on the earth. Allowing your knees to fall to the left side. Rooting that right shoulder down. Again, feeling the opening, bringing our awareness to the right side of our body. From hip up through armpit. Allowing the inhale to draw our awareness and our attention back to our center. The exhale to soften. Allowing the support of the earth to cradle you. If you did so the first time, you can take that left foot and place it on top of that right knee. Pressing knee into foot and foot into knee. Feel how that opens up that right side just a tad further. Again, a deep breath in. Expanding yourself from all sides. Exhale, pouring the breath out, softening into the earth. One more cycle of breath here. On your next inhale, release your foot if it's on top of your knee. Bring your knees back up through center. Again, take your feet wide on your mat. Reset your hips. Let your knees knock in, fall in toward the center. And again, send your knees off to the right and off to the left. Just rinsing out the spine once more. On your next inhale, bring your knees back through center, walk your feet back in. Bring your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around the tops of your knees, give yourself a big hug. For creating the space you needed here today. Bring your soles of your feet to touch, send your knees wide. Maybe your hands thread through your legs and find the outer edges of your feet for happy baby. If that's too much, maybe start with the outer edges of your knees or shins, wherever it feels good to you. Rooting your sits bones, root your hips down onto the earth, root your shoulders down onto the earth. And then stamp the soles of your feet on the sky. You can find stillness here, or you can find movement, maybe rocking side to side in your happy baby. Maybe straightening the left leg, kicking out through your heel. Maybe straightening the right leg, again, reaching out through the heel. Inhale, come back to center, give yourself a hug once more. Reaching your legs out long, your arms out long, taking one final stretch. Filling yourself up with breath. Exhale, softening and settling, letting your palms roll open, your feet roll open for our final resting pose of Shavasana. Everyone take a deep breath in. Drink it in and down, expand the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, sigh it out. 2 more times, just like that. Deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. 1 more time. Allowing yourself to soften and settle. Releasing any tension you may be feeling in your shoulders. Opening your collarbones wide. Relaxing your jaw and all the muscles in your face. Relaxing your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyelids, your eyelashes. Relaxing your cheekbones. Softening your tongue into the basin of your mouth. Relaxing your neck, your shoulders, your arms. Relaxing your hands, your fingertips. Coming back up to the center of your heart, relaxing your chest, softening your belly, softening your hips, your thighs, your knees, your shins. Letting your feet roll open, softening the tops of your feet. Your toes, the soles of your feet, your heels, your ankles, the backs of your legs, softening your glutes, your lower back, mid-back, upper back, softening the back of your neck, the back of your skull, the top of your crown. Returning back to softening your forehead, your face, your jaw. With our breath as our guide, we can create any space that we may need in any given moment. Liberating us with and through the breath. begin to invite a deeper breath in and down, filling yourself up once more. Making small movements with your fingers and your toes. Maybe rolling your wrists and your ankles. Returning movement back into your body. Bending your knees, planting your feet on the floor. Inhaling your arms up and overhead. Rolling off onto your right side, making a little pillow with your right arm or hand, bringing your knees into your chest, curling into your center. One more moment of gratitude for this body, this breath, this space that we created here together today. With your left arm draped over you, let your palm find the earth, pushing yourself back up to the seated position where we began. Gaze is soft or eyes are closed. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. We'll seal in our practice the same way we began, with the voice of our hearts, in the form of one final Om. Everyone release all of the air out. Take a deep breath in. Bowing your head to your heart, never further than your breath. It's to each and every one of you that I bow. Thank you so much for sharing your practice here together with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you, everyone. I hope you feel liberated and maybe a little more spacious than when we began. Thank you so much for joining. Well, if anybody has any questions, I'm here to answer them. Otherwise, I'm wishing you a blissful day. The sun is shining today, so that's awesome news. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate this. Hopefully I will see you again soon, either in person or online. Who's to say, really? But again, if you'd like to donate to our cause, you can visit the Roots to Rise website, roots2rise.org, or you can donate through our Instagram bio or our Venmo, Roots2, again, the numeral 2, Rise. But again, thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you soon.